everybody. Welcome to another episode of Beats and Brews. I'm Aaron Roy, and I'm here with my guest, Rob Houk. This episode is sponsored by Nine Giant. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Refreshing.
Yeah, that's nice.
So how did you get your start playing drums?
Like as a little kid, toddler, I would pull out my mom's pots and pans from all the cabinets and stuff, and just start banging on them and making a ton of noise. And I think my parents were just like, we gotta get something that you can actually hit and not ruin our stuff.
Yeah.
So they got me my first little baby kit, which is like all the paper heads and just like. You can find them at Walmart, Toys R Us for a couple, like $50 or something like that.
Yep.
And you just start playing on it.
Perfect
and,
starter kit.
I destroyed that within like a week or so. And
I believe it.
Finally got my first real kit when I was about 6, and
Okay.
I still have that kit at my parents' house. It's
Cool.
like sitting in storage in their basement.
Never get rid of it.
Can you get this thing out of here? But yeah, here I am now. 30 years later, still doing it. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's something that, never leaves you once you, find a passion for it.
You're playing with Aqueous now? Mm-hmm. And that is really blowing up.
Yeah.
Super excited for you guys.
I joined up with them about a year ago. They did like a national drummer search. And I just kind of ended up getting an audition with them. And, from day one, even like just meeting the guys, like it felt like we all like knew each other.
Yeah.
Like it was bizarre. Like we kind of walked into Evan's parents' basement to like do just a quick rehearsal, run over the songs, and like it just felt super organic from the very beginning. It was like nothing was forced. Like the chemistry, we just felt like it had been there since day one.
That's how it should be.
So
That's great.
yeah, I mean, like that's half the battle.
Uh-huh.
Like if you can get along with the same people and also push each other musically and take different avenues and do like really cool all the improv stuff that we do. That it's not something you can really like usually just walk into and like communicate with other musicians. So it's amazing. Like they're just a great group of dudes to be playing music with.
That's awesome, man.
It's something really special. Like the relationship is like, I mean, it's great.
I recently saw where you're doing a jam band cruise.
Yeah, that's one of those things when you're a kid and you like basically if 16-year-old me was like saw what 32-year-old me is doing right now, you'd be like, dude, that's
High five.
something we've always wanted to do.
That's awesome.
Like, and it's just such a cool experience, and we're like so thankful. Our manager called us to like tell us like what was happening, like. And they're like, we've got some exciting news for you guys. So like they knew how big of a deal it was, and I think they're like equally as excited for us too.
Great.
Like but it's just like a really, I don't know, it's a really neat thing to get to do, and it's on a cruise, and like all your favorite musicians are there. Like, that's what else could you ask for?
This episode is sponsored by the awesome people at Nine Giant Brewing. Located in the heart of Pleasant Ridge, Nine Giants Beer is not only making a splash in the Cincinnati beer scene, but their artisan, scratch-made food is well worth a visit to the brew pub in itself. Today, Rob and I enjoyed a cranberry orange Berliner Weiss named Save Ferris. Weighing in at 4.5 ABV and 6 IBUs, this smooth and refreshing beer pours a beautiful ruby red tint with an orange glow. The aroma and flavor is filled with mild tart cranberries, tangy orange, and lemon citrus notes. Nine Giant continuously evolves their beer and dedicates each of their 10 draft taps to a general style of beer and endlessly experiments within those styles from batch to batch. Every time you stop by, you're sure to find something new and exciting to try. What would you say is one of your biggest sacrifices that you've made to do music full time?
Well, funny story. I left I had left the food service industry after like working there 15 years or so, and I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do an office job. Like I think it's time to work in an office and like be a salesperson and like try to make money basically. I was like, and a lot of that was just like throwing your soul out the window. So like it was funny because the day that I auditioned for the band, like they were like, can you go play with us in Chicago, like if we pick you up on our way? And I was like, yeah, sure, like knowingly that I had to work the next day. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to call off for this. So like midway through the day, I just like got up and just
peaced out.
See you guys later. I'm just gonna go ahead and try out for this band. But I'm like the happiest I've ever been. So at the end of the day, is it money or happiness, and where do you find the middle?
So what studio are you recording at?
We are recording this next album, and we're kind of doing it in little segments, recording 2 songs at a time, and just taking our time with it, and like making sure the songwriting process is like good to go.
Good.
But we're recording at a place called GCR in Buffalo, and it's actually owned by the Goo Goo Dolls, which is like really cool because like.
It's the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah,
like one of the biggest bands
they're
in the world.
Legendary. I've gotten the opportunity to talk to Robbie, their bassist, and he's just like super down to earth. Like, and it's really cool to like listen to his stories about all the things that they've done, and like I remember watching like their music videos on TRL when I was in middle school, and like. You're like, wow, these guys are like just blowing up, and like you meet these people, and it's you're just like, they're just regular people, and he's just like one of the nicer people that I've ever met. He's deep and involved with a lot of like the music programs that are in Buffalo as well. So like it's really cool to see people that have had so much success like get back, and
Gotta respect that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about.
So how are the drum lessons going?
I've got a couple students, and like everybody's been like super receptive. And it's kind of tricky when you're a self-taught musician because you have to figure out what language to like, how to relate all this stuff that without really like knowing what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's learning a language to speak with each student, and being able to teach them something that they're looking to learn.
And every student's a little bit different.
Everybody learns differently, and there's different things that people have strong points and people have weaknesses that you can always build on a weakness, and you can always build on a strength. So you try to like catch those moments where you're like, oh well, you can do this like this. Like, oh well, okay, didn't think about that. So like it's just like I think it's a really cool way to learn a little bit more about my craft as well. Like the more you immerse yourself in something that you do, the more you understand it, and you find yourself doing the things that you were teaching. And you're like,
totally.
Oh, I guess that's it. I guess that is what I do.
It wasn't just saying that.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching another episode of Beats and Brews. Rob and I thoroughly enjoyed Nine Giant. Thanks for watching.